Aloha.
Hi, may I please ask your name?
I'm Sam Ohu Gon, and I'm the kumu oli for halau mele, the halau that Kumujan Keola Lake set up years ago. And in 1995, it was the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Nu'uanu, and in order to commemorate that important event on the 200th year, the second century after it happened, there was a march from Waikiki, where Kamehameha landed, all the way up along the path of the Battle of Nu'uanu, and it came all the way up to here at the Pali Lookout, and started at midnight in Waikiki, and they had closed down all the roads in downtown, and even closed one half of the Pali Highway for us to must have had hundreds of people.
Wait, what year was this?
This was 1995.
Oh, mahalo, okay.
Yeah. So I remember just being amazed that the city and county would have closed down one half of Pali Highway for us.
Right, yeah.
And we had a whole bunch of folks, and we had the lamaku, the torches. And I was kind of a new chanter in Kumu Lake's halau at that time. And he had taught us so many chants about Nu'uanu and Kamehameha and Ku. We were wondering why he was drilling all of those into us. And then he said, we're going to all participate in this. The halau doesn't exist for just Oli for Oli's sake. It has to be applied. Yeah, it has to become a part of your life. So this was his way to introduce all of us students of chant into that aspect, and it was amazing. It was powerful and magical. I remember around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, we were in the upper part of Nu'uanu by that time, and it was on the old Pali Road, and the road is windy, right? And the forest is deep and dark over there. And we had our lamaku. I wasn't carrying one because I just wanted to walk without having to worry about fuel spilling on me or anything like that. But at one point, I was kind of sleepwalking almost. But I turned my head and I saw the half-lit shapes of people in Waikiki with the torchlight going slowly up, and as far back as I could see, you could see the dots of the lights going backwards along the curved road, and everything else was pitch black. And I thought to myself, we are the Huaka Ipo tonight. You know, we are the night marchers.
Right, yeah.
And that thought just struck me really heavy suddenly, that instead of just being a story, you know, we were actually doing that in the middle of the night, deep in the forest with the torches, and proceeding up on a mission, right?
Yeah,
Every time,
huh?
it was so amazing. And whenever you hear about the Huaka Ipo, it's like on certain dates, you know, certain phases of the moon, don't get in their way because they have just one, you know, the goal is the procession. And so suddenly I realized just what that meant, because just personally, that was what was happening with us. So we got up to Nu'uanu Pali, right here at the lookout. It was pre-dawn, but you could just see the colors starting to come out. And people had prepared the place. There were tall kahili all along the lookout area, and the ali'i were all assembled. They had their capes on, and the wa'alalani, the chanters, the kahuna, led the procession and began the ceremonies, calling to the akua, the auma akua. And then just kind of like today, we went over why we were here, the story of the Battle of Nu'uanu, the prophecy of Kiaulumoku. And that year, Kumu had chosen me to do a portion of that very, very long prophecy chant. This year we had Kalama do that, and he did an amazing job. Because Kiaulumoku's chant is not a short one. It's long. It's 800 lines long. And it speaks of so many things. And it was done so long before Kamehameha's birth. And yet it mentions, Kalani Nui Mehameha, by name. And it's just a very powerful thing to stand in the place that was so important in the history of the Hawaiian Kingdom and have lines of that chant retold. So that was the start, and every year we come back.
Wow.
On the last Saturday of April to do this commemoration. Rain or shine. Sometimes we've been here in the pouring rain and everybody's soaking wet.
Freezing
and cold
too.
and freezing.
It's so chilly.
The amazing thing is, when it's raining, it's usually not windy. And when it's clear, it's usually really windy. So today we had the no rain, mahalo, and but we had the cold winds in the morning. And it's kind of I view it as a test of dedication, right? You wake up in your bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and it's all warm and you go, oh, do I really want to get into the kie and malo and go off into the dark into Nuuanu? But every year we do it because it's just an important thing to do. So that's pretty much all I'd say.
And I also noticed you always take ho'okupus, gifts as offerings.
The ho'okupu are just also part of the preparation, right? If you're going to do something, you want to make sure that you have a purpose for doing that. You don't go just to watch, right?
Yeah.
You go in order to participate. And so people came, they gave oli, they gave hula,
Beautiful.
and they gave the ho'okupu, some of lei, of various other things. And we've been doing this so long now. 1995 is over, 10 years ago now. And so there are folks who every year receive the ho'okupu. And they show up without fail. And there's so much mahalo for that, that we know. If we're there to give the chants and lead in the ceremonies, there will be others there who take part in the ceremonies, very important parts, and we don't have to worry about them. They're going to be there and we can count on them.
Next year, I believe you're not going to be having it up here. You're going to be having it at another location. Correct?
There will be other events planned next year, but I think for those of us who participated in 1995
You're
have
still
come every
going to
year,
keep that tradition
we're still going to be here early in the morning. Maybe there won't be a big tent.
Right.
Maybe it'll just be a small group of us to
Okay.
go up, but we'll be here, I think.
Mahalo.
Yeah.
And again, your name is?
My name is Sam Ohu Gon.
And is there any way that they may get in touch with you if they'd like to learn more about you or your mana'o?
Yeah, you can. It's easy to get a hold of me by email. Mine is ohukaniohia@gmail.com. That's ohukaniohia at Gmail.
I also understand you belong to a couple of websites.
Oh yeah, Maoli World will do it. If you get on there, in fact, if you get on there and you look at the calendar for this date, April 25th, it has the details for this march. And those details are pretty much the same for every year. So,
I noticed that you're a big participant as far as putting very needed information into Maoli World, and I commend you for that.
Yeah, Maoli World is just a good venue, I think. It's a really good place because the majority of the folks on there are Kanaka, and all of us need to know these kinds of things, right? Important events in our history, important things about just the islands in which we live.
Or just to kuka with each other and run
that's the
into
main
family
thing, right?
and ohana.
Exactly.
Mahalo. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Mahalo.
Na'uka hawali. Aloha.
What is a true Hawaiian? Mana. What's a true Hawaiian? Ha'aheo. What is a true Hawaiian? Aloha. Tell me what's a true Hawaiian? Ikaika. Can you conceive the concept created in my brain? Apologies accepted, but the grudge remains as I stray to ease the pain that my people feel while under because they're filthy. He did the dirty deed, can't you see it's hurting me? So I live my life, day by day, keep asserting myself, so that I may reach my full potential. Thanks and praise is the essential. And so thank God for making me what I am, cause I'm a true Hawaiian.